What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. Following finally a winning day. Had one of those for a couple of days. We get the open net goal for the Golden Knights, and that gets us to a 2-1 mark. Golden Knights on the puck line got there against the Sharks. One unit picked up there. The Celtics and the Nuggets was an easy under. Jokic does not play. Didn't know that when we bet it, but we'll take it. Goes in our direction. And West Virginia was the bad bet of the day. West Virginia gets housed at home by Arizona. So a 2-1 mark, up 0.9 units on the day. Kind of how this has gone, right? So we have like one good bet, one bad bet. Celtics under, good bet. West Virginia plus 2.5, bad bet. And then the night kind of hinges on one on the other play. It went our way last night, so we get a winning night. That's good. Here we are again on a Wednesday. 3 bets, 3 sports. Let's do it again. I liked it last night. Let's do it again here for tonight. Before I give you the plays for today, though, reminder on what's going to happen starting on Thursday. There is a new college basketball live stream starting with myself and Terrell Ferman. It'll begin at 5:30 Eastern Time. 2:30 Pacific time before the games get going on the East Coast in the college basketball ranks. It'll be on the BettingPros YouTube channel. Live at 5:30 Eastern, myself and Terrell Ferman. I will actually be outside of a sports bar doing the first show because I'm doing a live show on my other show immediately following when we get done with that live show. I'll start doing another show. So you're going to see me kind of not here, actually on the strip doing it live. But I can't wait to get going with this with Terrell. It's going to be awesome. So we'll break down the college basketball schedule for Thursday, which, let me pull up the schedule for Thursday here. I haven't had a chance to look at it all that much on Thursday on the 9th, but there's some good games. So we got some Big Ten games. Oregon, Ohio State's a really good game. Purdue and Rutgers is a good game. So there's some good games to break down, some good games to get into, and then we'll do Thursday, and then we'll move on to Friday as well. UCLA and Maryland, a good game in the Big Ten. Minnesota, Wisconsin, good game in the Big Ten. So got some Big Ten action to break down here in the opening episode of, what are we calling it? I don't know what we're calling it. The college basketball live stream? I don't know. So we'll do that Thursday, Friday. We'll break it down on Thursday, 5:30 Eastern time, myself and Terrell Ferman, right here on the BettingPros YouTube channel. If you happen to be watching it, if you're listening to this podcast, come on over, subscribe to the BettingPros YouTube channel so you know when we go live on Thursday, 5:30 Eastern time, for myself and Terrell Ferman for college basketball. We'll do it every Thursday up until the national championship game, which is the first week of April. So a lot of college hoops coming after you guys with myself and Terrell Ferman starting on Thursday, 5:30 on the BettingPros YouTube channel. Okay, 3 bets in 3 sports. Let's start with hockey. Panthers and the Utah Hockey Club. Now, the Panthers are 12-7-1 on the road straight up this year. Utah is 5-7-4 at home this year. Now, those 5 wins at home, that's the fewest number of wins at home in the NHL. I don't mind taking Florida here, laying a -130 price on the Florida Panthers to win. This game's on TNT. Here's the problem. Florida's been really inconsistent lately, like really inconsistent. They have 2 wins in their last 6 games. They lost 4-0 to Tampa, 4-0 to Montreal. They beat the Rangers 5-3, but the Rangers stink right now. They lost 3-1 to Carolina. They beat Pittsburgh in a shootout 3-2. Pittsburgh stinks. And they lost to Colorado in their last game on Monday 3-1. Take a look at the offense. It's not good. Going back to December the 20th, total goals 3, 6, 4, 4, 8, 3, 5, 4 for the Florida Panthers. Only 1 game has gone over since the middle of December involving the Florida Panthers. Same thing for the Utah Hockey Club. They're reeling. They have 1 win dating back to December the 20th, dating back to the middle of December. They've lost to Anaheim, Dallas, Colorado, Seattle, at Edmonton. They beat Calgary on the road 5-3, and they lost in their last game of the road trip at Dallas 3-2. So now they come back home here for a pretty good homestand. They'll play 7 games at home starting tonight here against the Florida Panthers. So I'm a little bit hesitant to say bet Florida money line, but I don't mind betting money line for Florida. I think the better play is just to come in and take the under. Much like Florida, go back to the 18th of December, total goals involving the Utah Hockey Club, 5-3-9, 5-5-7, 5-8-5. 2 games have gone over 6 goals, which is the total here tonight for these 2 teams, for Utah and for Florida. 2 times they've gone over. So we're talking about 1 time since the middle of December and 2 times since the middle of December. And really for Utah, I mean, they can't score right now. They have a really hard time scoring. They've scored 2, 5, 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 2. Like pretty much it's 2 or 3 goals that they score max. Total 6. I'm going to play the under. Under 6 for Florida and Utah. I do like Florida to win the game, but I'm a little bit hesitant to bet it just because first game of her homestand. Florida's been very inconsistent. National TV. Utah could win this game. Safer play is the under. Under 6 with a good push potential for us for 1.15 units down, minus 115 on Florida and Utah. Under 6 here tonight in the NHL. College basketball, UConn is at Villanova. Big game in the Big East. Connecticut is a road favorite. Game at Nova. Total is 146.5. UConn this year, 4-3 on the road, straight up. Villanova, 8-1 at home, straight up this year. They are 3-1 in the Big East, straight up. Connecticut is 4-0. They've won 8 consecutive games. They've won 8 of their last 10, and since coming back from the debacle over in Maui, they haven't lost. And who has UConn beaten? They've beaten Maryland Eastern Shore, Baylor, Texas, Gonzaga, Xavier, Butler, DePaul, and Providence. They're laying 1. This is basically a money line play here. Nova has been hot. They lost on the road to the Creighton Blue Jays, but you got to go back to a neutral game against Maryland at Thanksgiving for the last loss before that here for Villanova. I just think, and I disagree with KenPom. KenPom has this as a 1-point Villanova win at home. I think UConn wins this game. Connecticut's offense is fantastic. They're second in efficiency, 12th in effective field goal percentage, 44th in three-point shooting, and 9th in two-point percentage. They hit their free throws. They're 12th in the country, 79.1% of the time. Nova's great offensively as well. 5th in efficiency, 6th in effective field goal percentage, 2nd in three-point shooting, 67th in two-point shooting, and they have Eric Dixon, who arguably is going to win the National Player of the Year award with the way Eric Dixon has played here. Huge game. I think there's a coaching mismatch here. I think UConn flexes a bit here. I think we're going to see some great shooting from the guards, Carabam and company. I think we're going to see just a performance where UConn is just simply more talented, and they get a win. That's all they got to do. It's going to be sweaty. It's going to be crazy. I don't like betting on UConn. I don't like taking UConn as a road favorite here. Fox Sports 1's got this game at 6:30 Eastern time. Villanova's been tremendous. Like I mentioned, Nova at home has been great. Nova is 6-3 ATS at home this year. They're 3-1 ATS in the Big East Conference. UConn is 1-3 ATS in the Big East Conference, but 3-4 ATS. They're undefeated. They haven't lost in Big East play. They beat Xavier by 5, beat Butler by 4, beat DePaul by 13, and beat Providence by 3. They're not killing people, but they beat Butler on the road, and they beat DePaul on the road. Here is Villanova, first place in the Big East on the line. I'll take the 2-time defending champs, UConn, -1 for 1.1 units on the road up against Villanova. And finally, we go to the game of the night in the NBA, and it is going to be an awesome game. It is Oklahoma City at Cleveland. This is crazy. I mean, if you told me these would be the top 2 teams in basketball, I would be like, wait, what? Celtics showed what they can do last night. When they play defense, they're really hard to beat. They're arguably the best team in the NBA. But OKC just beat Boston in their last game, and the Cavaliers are 25-10 ATS on the year. They're 13-6 ATS at home. OKC is 11-6-1 ATS. They've covered 5 consecutive games here. And at home, Cleveland 18-1 straight up. OKC on the road is 14-4, but they've won 10 consecutive games. It's hard to fade either one of these teams. Both of them have won 10 consecutive games. Somebody's got to blink. For me, I think OKC playing Boston and Cleveland back-to-back is a lot to ask. In particular, this being on the road. This is a huge game. This could be an NBA Finals preview. Cleveland's got everyone's eyes. The number is 2.5. Awesome game. Just like UConn Villanova. Awesome game. I want to have action on it. Cleveland is 31-4 straight up. OKC is 30-5 straight up. Something's got to give. For the most part, these teams are healthy. Chet Holmgren is out, which is unfortunate, but if he was playing for OKC, you might feel like a little more confident in them. But Cleveland, pretty much, Sam Merrill's questionable. He's got a right ankle sprain. It'd be good to have him, but it's not required that they have Sam Merrill for Cleveland. I'm going to lay the 2.5. Cleveland -2.5 up against OKC. Home court and playing Boston and Cleveland back-to-back. They held Boston at 12 points in the fourth quarter. Don't think they'll do that with Cleveland here with the way they shoot the rock. Give me Cleveland -2.5 for 1.1 units. All right, 3 bets in 3 sports again. Florida, Utah, under 6 for 1.15 units. That should be 1.5, not 1.3. UConn -1 on the road up against Villanova for 1.1 units. And Cleveland at home laying 2.5 at home against the OKC Thunder. Good night of sports to watch here tonight on a Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, we get going with the semifinals for the national championship game, but we'll have our live stream Thursday night at 5:30 Eastern time right here on the BettingPros YouTube channel for college basketball. Big college day on Thursday for basketball and football. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcast. It is the Daily Juice.